It may seem that everybody remembers that day 10 years ago when everything changed, but for our children, many were either too young or not even born yet. So how do you explain the events to our kids now? Al Early, the president of Purcell Marian High School, is here to help. And Al, we were just talking about this. You were a guidance counselor. You've been through all of this. For students who are seeing this and young people for the first time, they might not remember it. What do parents tell their kids about what happened?
That's kind of it's a great question. We had to kind of deal with that this week. Back in the spring, we began planning a remembrance of 9/11, and one of the things we realized as we jumped into this was that our kids now were like 4 to second grade, age 7, 10 years ago, and all of a sudden we realized that we adults, it's right there in our memories, right? It's very vivid, but for our kids it was something of a blur. We showed In Memoriam, which was a 60-minute video, and it just shows the picture right there. And then there was discussion after that, and there's a number of other things that we're doing to help our kids process that, as far as what they've seen, what their takeaway from that is, and then also kind of where would I go from here?
For parents who are trying to put this into perspective for kids of many ages, do we sugarcoat it? Do we tell them what happened? Do we dumb it down? How do we do it?
That's a question I faced 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was a beginning principal at a school, actually in another city, and I was pretty new to the community. And all of a sudden this happened. I happened to walk into an office and somebody said, "Have you seen this?" And the next thing I knew, things were swirling around us. We didn't know what was going on. And it's like, well, what message do we get out when we knew that parents were going to start calling in, very concerned about their kids? So we had to get a message out to our adults and to our kids. And what exactly do you tell them? Well, at that point in time, the facts were very sketchy, and they were kind of rolling in here. But we got to the point of full disclosure. We were dealing with high school kids, and at least to the point of what had happened, and where we were at the end of the day.
What about calming the fears of kids? What do you tell them?
We were very fortunate 10 years ago and today. We're in a Catholic school, and the thing I told the kids at Purcell Marian on Friday morning when I had a chance to talk to them a little bit was the thing I remembered most was a prayer service we had. And that had a way of kind of calming our fears. The fears of the known and the unknown were, I think, among all of us, adults and kids, and I think I took away from that, at least my most vivid memory, because I think everybody was afraid. And I think for the kids to see that we adults, we're processing, we're praying, we're dealing with it, I think it's just that leadership that you provide by just living life the very best you can and dealing with something that's right there that's unfolding before you and being honest with them.
And it's appropriate that so many people will be spending this Sunday in church services, more than likely discussing this. Al Early, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Okay, great.
And thanks for helping us.